Let's say you see this kind of a question in your chemistry JAMB exam. How will you solve it? It is very simple. Let us solve it together. The question says, what is the IUPAC name of the compound below? And this is the compound. You can see the structure. Don't be afraid. This thing is very simple. After this video, if you cannot name this compound, then send me money. If you cannot name it, send me money. All right, so let's get started. Now, you should all know that this is an organic compound, and this is in organic chemistry. The first thing you need to know before you name any organic compound is to know the functional group of that compound. The functional group of that compound. So now, if you check this kind of compound, you need to know, is it an alkane, alkanoic acid, is it an alkane, is it an alkyne, is it an amide, and so on and so forth. So if you know, you should see that this is actually an alkanoic acid. Why is it an alkanoic acid? It is an alkanoic acid, right? Alkanoic acid. We call them alkanoic acids or carboxylic acids, right? Or carboxylic acids, right? And these alkanoic acids or carboxylic acids, they have a functional, or they have a general formula of RCOOH. RCOOH. So this COOH is the main thing, and you can see COOH. So this particular functional group is what made me to decide that this compound is an alkanoic acid. So now, this R can either be an alkyl group or an aryl group. It can be an alkyl group or aryl group, right? It can be an alkyl group or aryl group. I know that you guys know that alkyl groups, when you talk about alkyl groups, I'm talking about things like methyl. I'm talking about things like methyl, ethyl, and so on and so forth, right? Methyl, ethyl, pentyl, propyl, and so on and so forth. And these alkyl groups are usually gotten when there is a removal of one hydrogen atom from an alkane, right? These alkyl groups are gotten when there is one hydrogen removal from an alkane. Let me give you guys an example. Let's say an alkane now, CH4, right? CH4 is an alkane, and the name is what? Methane, right? Methane. This is an alkane member, alkane member, CH4. The name is methane. You can see A, right? So now, if I remove one hydrogen atom from this CH4, right? If I remove one hydrogen atom, it is CH4. If I now remove one hydrogen, it will turn to CH3. So like this alkane member has already turned into an alkyl member, and it will have a new name. And what will that new name be? The new name will be methyl. So this is an alkyl. And I said that alkyl are usually gotten by the removal of one hydrogen atom from an alkane, right? So you can see how methane moved to methyl. So this particular thing can also happen for things like ethane, you have ethyl, propane, you have propyl, pentane, you have pentyl, right? So that's how it goes. So now, let us continue with our naming. So now, after knowing that this particular compound is a carboxylic acid, the next thing we need to know to name this particular compound is to know the longest continuous carbon chain. To know what? The longest continuous carbon chain, which I call the LCCC. LCCC. Longest continuous carbon chain. That means that carbon to carbon bonds, like when you see carbon bonding to another carbon, right? The longest one that you see carbon bonding directly to another carbon, that is what we want to look for now. We want to look for the longest continuous carbon chain in this particular structure. So let us look for it. Now let us identify our longest continuous carbon chain, carbon to carbon bonds, that is the longest in the structure, right? So we can count like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can also count like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You can also count like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see that this particular one has 3 carbons. This C3H7. These are propyl. It has 3 carbons, right? So you need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I counted 5. I counted 6. I also counted 7. Which one is the longest? The longest is 7, right? Counting like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is going to be our longest continuous carbon chain, right? So now, in your normal order, a particular organic compound that has 7 carbon atoms, right, is called what? Let me hear from you. Or this prefix for it is what? Hept. Correct. The prefix for it is hept. Hept. Hept as in heptane. Hept as in heptene. Hept as in heptanoic acid. Hept as in heptana. But in this particular situation, remember that our functional group is what? Alkanoic acid, which is like carboxylic acid, or you can example ethanoic acid, and so on and so forth. So now, if our prefix is hept, that means it's 7 carbons. That means what we have is what? Heptanoic acid. Heptanoic acid, right? So now we have already known the final name, that is, or the parent chain is heptanoic acid. We have known the parent chain to be heptanoic acid. Now we need to know what we call the substituents. The substituents. Let me write this. What we call the substituents. The substituents. So now, these substituents are attachments or are compounds or atoms that are attached to the longest continuous carbon chain or to the parent chain that are not hydrogen. So if it is not hydrogen, then it is a substituent, right? So compounds or atoms that are attached to the longest continuous carbon chain that are not hydrogen are called substituents. So now we have identified that this is our longest continuous carbon chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So now you can see that I intentionally used 2 different colors. I used the red color for the longest continuous carbon chain, so that you guys will not get confused. And I used the green color for the substituents. Right? Can you see? CH3 is attached to this carbon chain, this particular carbon, right? You can see this is a substituent, this is a substituent, this is a substituent, right? This is also a substituent, all of this together, because all of this is actually attached to this particular carbon, right? So now, another thing we need to know before we name this carbon is to know our order of naming. Are we naming towards the right? Like, are we naming like this towards the right, or we are naming like this? And how are we going to know that? It is the position of our functional group that will determine. We are going to start naming from the position of our functional group. This is our functional group, right? So that means that automatically this is going to be our carbon 1, right? This is going to be our carbon 1, and this is going to be our carbon 2. This is going to be our carbon 3. This is going to be our carbon 4. This is going to be our carbon 5, 6, and 7. Why? Because we have 3 carbons in this particular side, right? So now, after we have identified that, we need to identify our substituents. So I said that this is a substituent, CH3 is a substituent, right? This is a substituent, fluorine is a substituent, right? Another fluorine is also a substituent, okay? Bromine is also a substituent, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 substituents like that, okay? And also, this is also a substituent, this big thing. Why? Because it is attached. Everything is attached to this particular carbon, this carbon 4. All of this CH3, CHH. Don't let them stress you. They just want to confuse you. This CH3 and then CH. How many carbons do we have? 1, 2. 2 carbons. That's what? C2, right? C2. How many hydrogens do we have? We have 3 hydrogens. Then 4 and then 5. So this is C2H5, right? C2H5. What is the name of this C2H5? The name is ethyl. Remember, ethyl. And don't forget that ethyl is actually an alkyl member. Ethyl. This C2H5, ethyl. So all of this also is also a substituent. All of this is one substituent attached to what carbon? Carbon 4. So now, let us continue with our naming. JAMB 2026 exam is next year. And if you really want to pass, you need to start preparing very, very early for this exam. So my JAMB 2026 tutorial just for science students will commence soon. And by October, we'll start our free classes. So if you want to join our free classes, we'll teach chemistry, physics, biology, mathematics, and English in these free classes on WhatsApp. If you want to join these free classes, click the link on my bio and then select the option to join free JAMB 2026 tutorials. It's going to be free, right? You can join. And if you are watching this on YouTube, I'm going to drop the link to join the 2026 free JAMB tutorial in the description of this video. So if you want to join, just join. We'll start the free classes by October. And also, if you are watching this on TikTok, don't forget to join my community. Maschem community is right on my bio, because in that community, I'm going to be dropping updates, questions, how to do many things. to get admission and many others in that community. And also, I'll be dropping the link to join the free classes too in that community if you can't join it through the link. So now let us continue. So all of our substituents, let us write them out. Like, let us write the substituents we have. Let us write them out in words. And don't forget, we need to write them in alphabetical order. So this is our first substituent, bromine. So bromine. Bromine, right? Our second substituent is what else? What's the next thing? Methyl. This is fluorine. This is ethyl. So ethyl is the next one. Don't forget, I'm listing these things in alphabetical order. So after this is this fluorine. And don't forget that fluorine is, we have two fluorine atoms, C. 1, 2, 1, 2, right? And after fluorine, we also have this, which is what? Ethyl, right? C2H5, C2H5. So, okay, I've already written it. And what else do we have? I think that's all. Okay, methyl, yes, methyl, CH3. Let's not forget methyl too. Methyl. Let's not forget methyl. So these are the substituents we have. Now we need to name this compound in relation to this substituent. So let us name it. Don't forget that we are naming in alphabetical order. B before E, before F, before M. It needs to be in alphabetical order. Please don't forget. So bromine. Our bromine is on carbon what? This is our bromine. Is on carbon what? 1, 2, 3. It's on this carbon 3. So we'll write 3 bromo. 3 bromo. Right? Are you following me? 3 bromo. We have already sorted for bromine. Then we'll move to ethyl, right? Ethyl is on, this is ethyl. This is this ethyl. It's on carbon what? It's on carbon 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Carbon 4. Then we have 4 ethyl. Right? Hope you are following. 4 ethyl. Then we have fluorine. And don't forget that we have 2 fluorine. So you need to let us know the position of both fluorine atoms, right? The first one is on carbon 3, which is this, is on carbon 3. And the second one is on carbon 4. So 3, 4, 3 and 4. So you need to write 3, 4, 3, 4. Don't put hyphen here. You have to put comma because between two figures, you need to add comma, not hyphen. You only use hyphen when you want to relate letters to figures, right? So 3, 4, right? Hyphen here, difluoro, because it's 2 fluorine. You need to put difluoro. You need to put the prefix di to show that it's 2. Difluoro, right? After that, what else? Okay, we have methyl. So our methyl is on carbon what? This is our methyl, CH3. It is on carbon what? Carbon 2. So you write 2 methyl. Let me put an hyphen here. 2 methyl. So now we have sorted all of our substituents. Now that we have started that, we need to add what? The parent name, right? And the parent name is what? Heptanoic acid. Why is it heptanoic acid? Because the longest continuous carbon chain is 7 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I believe this is very simple. So you write heptanoic acid, heptanoic acid, heptanoic acid, heptanoic acid. So that's the name for this particular IUPAC or this particular compound. This is very simple. If you know it, it's because I took time to teach this. That's why it took me a lot of time. But if you already know all of these laws, it's not going to take you more than 30 seconds or 20 seconds to quickly name this particular compound. I hope you guys have found this useful. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. So this is an exercise for you guys to solve. Name this particular compound and drop the name in the comments. I'll be in the comments selecting the correct answers. Just use everything I've taught you guys in this video and you'll be able to solve this question. But let me give you guys a tip. I'm not supposed to give you this, but it wasn't in the first question I said. So let me just give you a tip on solving this question. Don't forget this question. If you want to solve it, you know that the first thing you look for is your longest continuous carbon chain. So there is a rule that you must know, and I must tell you before you solve this question, is that in the longest continuous carbon chain, ensure that the carbon that is bearing functional group, or the carbon that is bearing the functional group, is part, right? If you are counting your longest continuous carbon chain, if you are counting it, ensure that the carbon that is bearing the functional group is part of the longest continuous carbon chain. Ensure. So in this case, this is the carbon that is bearing the functional group. So it must be part of the longest continuous carbon chain. I'm not supposed to give you guys this expo, but I'll give you anyways. So if you are anyone that you have not been able to get the what we are doing here because it's a bit advanced and you want to learn organic chemistry from scratch, yeah, don't worry, I've got you covered because I have made a video on my YouTube on organic chemistry from scratch for everything you need to know from scratch to the end. I did part one and two. Part one and two, right? And everything is on my YouTube channel. Part one and two, organic chemistry from beginning to end. Part one and part two, what you need to know basically about organic chemistry from scratch, from the littlest thing you need to know. Part one and part two, everything is on my YouTube channel. So if you are watching this on YouTube, I'll drop the link in the description to watch these videos. And if you are watching it on TikTok, click the link on my bio and then you'll be able to visit my YouTube channel and you'll see the video I made on organic chemistry. On Facebook too, go to my YouTube channel by clicking the YouTube icon on my page and you'll be able to watch it too. So solve this and drop your answers in the comment section. I want to see the person that will get it right. That's it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.